used to be red.
Oh, did it?
This piece did anyway.
They painted
It's
over it.
been painted gray. I wonder why.
I don't know. Well, you want to tell them about your brand new tractor?
Got me a new tractor. I'm very partial to Farmall for some reason.
So we had a Farmall years ago. I had just an old A model, didn't even have hydraulics on it. And I had bought that tractor to mow our neighbor's field with. That was the only reason I bought that tractor.
And it mowed like a charm.
Had a belly mower on it, mowed like a charm, leaked like a sieve, but it worked. And I think it was it was an early 40s model. But this is a Farmall 100. Now what was the years on this?
I don't remember.
54 to 56, I think. And I've not ran the serial number on it yet to see exactly what year it is, but I don't know if y'all make that out, but it says 5960. So we need to run the numbers on it. But tell them about your tractor, what you're gonna do with it, what the plan is.
Well, we're going to get a belly motor for it, I hope. We're on the lookout.
Yeah, I would like to have a belly mower.
And,
well, you know, but if I can't find a belly mower, I may have to find another tractor with a belly mower on it.
We're going to be one of those farms that has a tractor for every implement.
You know, that's actually pretty smart.
Oh, I know.
There's some, especially
If you can afford it.
Especially get a little older. I mean, those things are not easy to change. But.
Yeah. Anyway, this thing has a belt pulley on the back of it.
Yep.
And that's one of the big reasons we bought a Farmall, is so we could get a belt pulley on the back of it to run this grist mill back here.
Yep, run the grist mill, and we're also looking for another piece of equipment. We'll tell you about that later on, but also looking for another piece of equipment that we need a belt pulley to turn. But
and I'm actually going to look at it tomorrow.
You're going to look at that thing tomorrow, yeah. But I found this on Facebook Marketplace. My buddy Andy from over at True Grit sent it to me. I think some of the best money you ever spend is somebody else's.
Oh yeah.
So he
definitely.
He sent this and said, "Man, you need to go look at it." So we went and looked at it, and
here it is.
It followed us home. Found it here in North Carolina, and the guys that we bought off of, they deal in old tractors and old tractor equipment, and so we got some more. I got some more of the shanks, some more of the discs, and just some other attachments to go on it. But hydraulic tractor, the hydraulics work. The hydraulics stay up even after you turn it off. We were driving it around here a little bit this morning. I think we probably got a little bit of a carburetor issue.
We've either got a stuck float or
Got a little trash
in it or something.
Yeah, so we'll need to piddle with that.
The hotter it gets, the less it wants to run.
Yeah, when it gets real warm, it wants to cut out on us. Not sure what that's all about, but I'll tell y'all, I paid $1,400 for this tractor. I paid $1,400 for the tractor, and then I've got a good bunch of parts on the back of the truck.
Got another $300 worth of parts.
Yeah, and them boys cut me a deal because I ran out of money. I probably got $300 worth of parts. They charged me $250 for that. But it's a little bit of a Franken tractor. Well, I won't say that. Somebody's been painting on it. So the bell housing and all this down here at the bottom is blue. Hydraulic pump and the motor. I think the motor's red.
Part of it's blue and part of it's red.
It was red, and then looked like I painted it blue.
But the battery box is red.
Battery box is red. The sheet metal, the hood, the tank, and the grill are gray with a white grill on it.
Black. That's
or
black.
Or black grill. Sorry, black grill on it. It's got a let's see, that side, both of them like it.
It's got one yellow wheel and one silver wheel.
Yep.
It does have the weight. Bless you. The weight's on the back.
Yep, got a yellow wheel, but somebody's painted that because it's silver underneath that yellow right there, with the weights on it. I mean, and we've looked it over. I can't find any welds on anything, so it's not been welded on. That's always a good sign. I mean, it's not a bad looking old tractor.
It's just a straight old tractor.
Yeah, I mean, the sheet metal on it is really good. Missing part of an emblem right there on the side, but the sheet metal on it is good. The tires.
are not so good, but they hold air.
Tires are not so good, but they hold air. I mean, we'll run them till they don't hold air. No sense in trading them out right now.
I think that one and these two might be original. I don't know about
What, the
this one.
tires?
Yeah.
Yeah, this other tire over
These
here.
two front ones and the other one are a match set.
Yeah, this one's pretty. That one's worn down a whole lot more than that one over there on the other side. But anyway, we got us a brand new tractor.
Yeah, boy.
New to us anyway.
I'm tickled to death.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's going to be something fun to play with. We're going to have to do a little work on it, a little project. We are not going to do like old Pete, tear this thing down to the nuts and bolts and redo it. If
we did that, we'd never get it back together.
No, we wouldn't.
We would just,
Throw our hands up and say the heck with this. We just need a good running tractor. And you know, something we've been talking about is we've got a lot of jobs around here that are not really convenient for the buggies to do, but it's also too small for that big old New Holland that we got.
Yeah.
So I do need to get a drawbar. We can move the chicken tractor or the egg mobile around with that. Pulling trailers around, you know, sometimes we need to pull a little trailer around for first one thing and another. And just, you know, this is just a little better for that. Plus, you know, we're going to do a little bit of, maybe do some different stuff in the garden next year. So now we've got some cultivators and, you know, some stuff that we can actually use it in the garden with. So I think it's going to be a handy little tool. And, you know, we don't have a whole lot of money sink in it.
yeah, it's something to put her around with.
Something to putter around with. So, but anyway, that's the tractor. Putter, putter, putter.
Putter, putter, putter.
Okay, y'all, I'll take just a minute to talk about today's video sponsor, and that's the folks over at Brunt. A couple months ago, they sent me this pair of 8-inch Marin with the comp toe work boots. Y'all see me wearing these all over the farm, run the excavator, mowing, processing chickens. Heck, a couple weeks ago, my brother and I were putting in a couple pieces of pipe out here. We were ankle deep in mud all day long. My feet stayed dry. These boots are waterproof. Really nice thing about Brunt, they're comfortable right out of the box. With their patented cushion insole, they're automatically broke in. You know, a lot of boots that you get, man, you got to wear those things for 4, 5, 6 weeks before they stop hurting your feet. Not these. These boots were comfortable right out of the box. You've got some hard-working folks in your life that are out there blue-collar, farming, working in factories, construction, all that kind of thing. The holidays are coming. Brunt is going to be dropping some really cool styles and limited edition boots and hoodies for the holiday season through the month of November. So keep an eye on their website and their social channels. But go ahead, I'm going to post a QR code up here somewhere. Go ahead and click on that and use code SheratonPark10. Save $10 off your order. Get you a pair of these boots and try them. Brunt is going to let you try these on the job. Not just walking around your living room. Try them on the job. And if you don't love them, send them back. Brunt, these are absolutely my new favorite work boot. Go get you some. I think you'll really like them. Okay, through the magic of editing, it seemed like 30 seconds to y'all or less, but it's actually what? Since we took the tractor off the trailer, how many days has it been? 2 days?
Since we took the
We videotaped.
that was Thursday, right? Friday?
I don't remember.
That was Friday.
No. Anyway, we're a couple of days, 2 or 3 days after
3
that.
days, yeah.
And I told y'all when we were unloading that tractor, and it's sitting up there beside the shop, that part of the reason that we bought that tractor is we were looking for another piece of old farm equipment, and that we'd be talking about that later. Well,
It's later.
later has appeared sooner than later was going to be later.
That didn't work out very well.
So Sonia took a little road trip. She found something, took a little road trip and went and picked it up. And so here it is. For those uninitiated, this is a cane mill. And what you do with this is you grow sugar cane, sorghum, molasses. A lot of different names. We call it molasses around here, and we call what you grow cane. So we found this. Tell them where you found it.
Rougemont, North Carolina.
Rougemont.
How do you say it?
North of Raleigh. And not only did she get the cane mill, but she got all kinds of goodies with it. So So we got the mill over here, and it's a Chattanooga plow, number 12. And believe it or not, I'll see if I can find a picture. We've owned one of these before.
We've owned a couple of these.
Well, not this. This is the second Chattanooga plow.
Yeah.
That we've owned.
Well, yeah.
The first one we took down to Metta's Mills, and we bought it, took it down to Metta's. They took it apart, reworked the whole thing, and then it was too nice. We never used it
Yeah.
for its intended purpose.
We bought it off of a fella up in Ashe County.
Yeah.
We went up there, and it's sitting in the middle of his field
Yeah.
out in the weather, so it was locked up.
Yeah.
So we took it down to Metta's, and they put it in a vat of WD-40 and let it soak for like 6 months.
Yeah.
And
redone it.
And redone the whole thing.
It was very nice. Like I said, I'll see if I can find a picture. And then we got some belt pulleys, and I don't know what all else we've got here. We're
So this is a rear end, I
Yep.
think.
Okay. I'll buy that story.
And then it's got the pulley on the side
Yeah.
of it.
And then what's all this other over here?
So that's another set of pulleys that he used to hook this up to a Ford Jubilee, and that's how he ran it.
That's how he turned it. Yeah. So the way the deal works, and grow your cane, it turns. There's 3 rollers in there. The cane goes in between the rollers, and it squeezes the juice out. So you feed the cane in here, and then there's a spout right there, drains down into, and then it runs out. You capture it into a bucket or whatever, and then once you capture it into the bucket, you got to cook it down.
10 to 1.
10 to 1. Generally, about 10 gallons of juice, 1 gallon of molasses. And then the best way to cook it down is in these stainless steel vats. The guy had 2 stainless steel vats. This used to be 1.
Used
right?
to be 1. It would hold 100 gallons.
So he carved it down into a 60 and a 40, so we can make molasses on a little smaller scale, a little smaller batch, which is, I think that's what we want to do. And then I've got some more tractor parts up here, but he had a couple of old milk cans that he stored juice
That's what
in
he
those.
put. No, he put the molasses
stored
in
his-
those, and that's how he canned it.
Yeah.
That's how he put it
You
in
said one of
jars.
them's got a spigot on the bottom of it.
That
don't
one
it?
over yonder.
Got a spigot on the bottom, and then we got some more
Parts and pieces.
parts and pieces. I see some. Looks like he's got some cane knives in there.
Yeah, he does.
And some bolts.
And the belt came with it.
Got the belt for the belt pulley.
There's the belt.
Oh, nice.
A couple of strainers.
A couple of stainless steel strainers to strain the
Green off.
green off. So.
And then he gave me a couple of livestock drinkers.
Yeah, a couple of hog drinkers. Way these work, let's flip it up. Way these work, water plumbs in here, and then the pig comes up, pushes that with their nose, and it opens the valve. And
Yeah, see, it's got a wire around it.
yeah,
But there's a
spring.
spring back there that pushes out.
Yep.
Put your cow, pig, whatever sticks their nose in there, and it makes the water flow.
Makes water flow. So got some goodies. And then what else? There was something else. You bought a drawbar?
A drawbar for you.
Yeah,
For your Farmall.
Sandra found a drawbar for the Farmall. So that's the story on the old farm equipment. And we've still got the grist mill up there in the shop. That needs to go over to Justin.
Yep.
He's going to rework it. This is, looking at it, and from what Sandra says, this is operational. I mean, we could clean it right now, and we could clean it and squeeze today.
Sure could.
We get it set up because it turns free. The babbitt and everything in it is good. The rollers are excellent on it.
The grooves and the rollers.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
like
that's
they've not
one of
even
the
been
things.
used.
That's one of the things that you worry about on these. The babbitts are good
babbitts are
down in there.
good.
That's one of the things that you got to look at on these is, so these rollers are grooved. They got grooves in them, and I've had a couple that were just about slick as a racing tire. But these, I mean, those grooves, they've got a whole lot of life left in them, and so that's.
And then
that's
there's
important.
there's a piece that's not in here. It's called a knife.
Yeah.
It goes in the middle right there. It's in the back seat just
Knife
to keep
sits-
from losing it.
And what that knife does is, as those rollers are turning, fodder and part of the cane stalk will gather up on these rollers, and the knife keeps them clean. So that's the purpose in the knife. So, but this is one of the reasons that we bought the Farmall. We wanted to get back into making molasses. We made molasses for years, and
Right here's me telling you the other night.
Yeah.
This is the only replacement part I've found.
yeah, you said that.
This little shoe right here,
Oh yeah.
it's missing right there.
Yeah, we probably could find one. Or take that one off and get one of the boys at one of the metal shops to fab one if we needed to. But we made molasses before when we lived over on the other side of the county from where we're at now. And the last year that we made molasses, we had planted the cane at some property that my family owns up on the mountain, and it got up, what, 6 or 7 feet tall, I guess, didn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we were about halfway through the season and had a terrible windstorm come through. And sugar cane that you grow for molasses typically will grow 10, 12, 14 feet tall. I mean, it's big old tall stuff. And it had got up 6 or 7 feet tall. We had a terrible windstorm come through, and it laid every bit of it down. So we thought, well, we're done. Well, what happened was when it laid it all down, a lot of it started to re-root along the stalk.
So sugarcane grows kind of like bamboo,
Yeah,
and it's got these sections.
it's a grass. I mean, it is a grass.
Yep. And in between those sections,
There's these nodules.
there's these little nodules, and if it's on the ground, it'll
It'll
re-root.
Because I think some folks used to cut cane and then they would lay cane down in a row
That's how they seeded it.
to
Yep.
reseed it. But anyway, I think that's what they done. I ain't sure. So it fell over or blew over and started to re-root, and it kept growing. So when we went up there to cut it, and I'll see if I can find some pictures. That stuff was C-shaped. I mean, so the thing about cane is when it's tall and straight, it's easy to pack, it's easy to cut, it's easy to haul, it's easy to manage. It's really not relatively easy. It's really not that big a deal. But that C-shaped stuff like to wore us out, and I got so aggravated at it after that season was over with. I sold it all. Sold the mill, sold the pans.
Sold the tractor.
Well, it sold the tractor later
But,
on.
I mean, sold it
But
all.
we ended up selling it all and just getting out of it. So we're far enough away now from that pain that I forgot. I sent some pictures of this to a friend the other day, and I said, you may be able to get you a real deal on the cane mill in about a year. So we'll see. So what we're planning right now, and we'll sort of see how it all flushes out and how it all goes, is next year. You don't plant it early spring. You plant it kind of late spring, actually early summer, because it's got a pretty short growing period. We're going to plant some cane, and we're going to try our hand at making another batch or two of molasses.
Yep.
That's pretty traditional around here in this part of the world. When I was a kid growing up, my family didn't do it, but we had a neighbor that lived across the road from my grandparents, across the road and just up the road, not even a quarter mile. We would walk up there. And every year they had this little building out there, and they squeezed cane and boiled down molasses, and they raised so much they'd cook for a week.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd cook every day for a week, and we would go up there, and the old man would take a stick of wood and he would carve us out a little spoon. And whenever they would pull the molasses off, you would sop the boiler. So you had a little spoon that you done that with, and that hot green molasses, it'd give you
Run right through
it'd
you,
give you
wouldn't
the trots. It'd give you the trots. It sure would. But man, it was good. And his wife, the old man's wife, they always had a big pan of biscuits and country ham, and there was always stuff to eat. And it was a community thing. I think that's one of the things that kind of draws me to it the most, is that this is a community thing, and it's something that you do as part of your neighbors, and you invite folks over, and you have food, and you fellowship, and it's just
and it's an all day thing anyway.
Yeah,
so you really got to have some help.
You need help. Yeah, you need help to do it. And then everybody comes over, and as part of the deal is, you take molasses home, and
And that's when you've got it for the year.
Fellowshipped with your neighbor, and you've done it for a year. You're ready to go for the year, and it's just a traditional thing that I think we'd like to see that kind of stuff, especially in this world we live in nowadays. We need more friendly neighbors and folks getting along and working together and not fighting against one another and that sort of thing. So there you have it. That's what we're doing and the philosophy behind it.
I guess so.
Let's get this stuff in the shop because it's gonna rain.
Yeah, it's gonna rain tonight, so
Yep.
we got to get this put up.
And this thing is not it's not light. It's
400. Just the mill is like 450 pounds.
Yeah, it's not
But
light
now
at
it
all.
will come apart.
Yeah,
The fellow that I bought it off of, he didn't have a tractor, so we ended up taking it apart, moving the base onto the trailer, and then putting it back together.
yeah,
So I wouldn't forget how it went back together.
it was a real job. There should be 4 bolts
Yeah,
that go down through this, through the top,
and they're
down
in
through
a
the
bucket
bottom.
up here in the
Yeah,
truck.
and I was just looking, these right here, you use them to set your rollers in
Yeah.
and out. They look like they might need a little free-all on them.
Well, I'll show you here in a minute when we take the top
Yeah.
off. You can just lift them right out.
He lifted the rollers out.
The rollers will lift right out. It's free. It's ready to turn. I mean,
It's a very, very simple machine.
Yep.
I mean, it's
And it's in extremely good shape.
it is in real good shape. We've looked at these for a while, and a lot of them that you find they're setting up in the woods, and they've had water set in them, and they're rusted, they're froze. They
Or
won't
they're halfway
turn
down in the ground.
down in the ground, and I mean it's thick steel, but I mean over time they start breaking down. But this thing, I mean, you can make the writing out on it. I mean, and the grooves are good. It's not been used a lot. It's either not been used a lot, or those rollers have been re-grooved. And looking at the overall condition of it, I don't think it's been used a lot.
Yeah, I don't think it's been regrooved.
Because the gears, just looking at the gears in there, they've still got pretty defined corners. They're not rounded off either. So I think it's pretty.
Straight old
It's
mill.
low miles.
Yeah.
Low miles. How you want to set it?
Don't matter.
Okay. I was going to try to pick it up, tilt it, and I forgot that it didn't have bolts in it, so we ended up having to lift the top off of it. But this is what this thing looks like down inside. Is that a washer? Or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a washer. That's what this thing looks like down inside. It's a big steel plate.
And these gears come off.
Yeah.
And
Big-
then you take and then you can pull the roller out.
I mean, it's not a very complicated machine
No, not at all.
at all. Got to get it lined up, ain't you? There you go. What have you done now? There you go. You got it.
Okay. Okay.
Is it back together?
All right. There it is.
There it is. Back together. Well, there it is, our new to us old stuff. You know, part of we used to buy and sell a whole lot of. We used to buy junk and sell antiques.
That's right.
Was what we done. But we used to buy and sell a whole lot of older stuff, and for me, there's just an appeal, I think, to a little bit simpler time.
Simpler but harder.
A little harder, yeah, definitely harder, but a whole lot simpler. And you know, the whole idea of being self-sufficient and caring for yourself and your neighbors, and you know, doing things on your own and not being dependent, I think is really important. Here lately we've seen, I'm not going to get political about it, but here lately we've seen a whole lot of folks that have, I think, become dependent on others for some of the very very, very basic necessities of life. And when those things are taken away and you don't have access to them, it creates a real sense of panic and a real sense of what I would imagine is helplessness and despair and all kinds of other emotions. And
Yeah. I mean, when you've never had to do for yourself,
yeah,
how do you pick up and start doing for yourself?
how do you start from scratch? And for me, just knowing that I don't have to depend on that is a lot of comfort. But, and you know, and another thing, this stuff, it's getting harder and harder to find.
It is.
You know, at one time, how many of those meals did we, at one time we had 3 of them.
We had 3 at once, yeah.
But we've owned
like 5.
We've owned 5 over the years, and we've been looking for one now for about a year. And we found some, but they are just trashed. Not worth the scrap price
No, not really.
in some cases. So to find one that's in really, really good shape and ready to be put to use, that's pretty cool. But they're not making this stuff anymore. These old tractors, they're still pretty abundant. You can still find them pretty easy, but I bought this.
They think they're made of gold around here.
They think they're made of gold around here. You know, look, the dogs are barking. They never do that. Here where we live, for years, the tractor dealership was Ford, right?
Yep.
Was Ford. And so old Fords, old 8N, 9N, red bellies, Jubilee tractors, Select Speeds, all those are pretty easy to find around here, but Farmalls are not. And around here locally especially, if you find somebody that's got a Farmall and they decide they want to sell it, they think it's made of gold. But you can still find them, they're out and about.
Yeah, and there seems to be a lot of the tricycle tractors down east.
Yeah.
You don't find many of them around here because
No,
it's too hilly.
Too hilly around here. I wouldn't get on one of them on flat ground, I don't believe.
I know, they
scare
look
me.
dangerous to me.
Yeah, they do look dangerous. But you know, on this, and I got on this and got to driving around, it feels like you set a whole lot higher and it's a whole lot more narrow than that New Holland. And it feels like it would just tip over.
Yeah,
if you went around a
it
curve
does.
too fast, it feels like
You
it
feel
just
like you'd fall
flip
over.
right over. So, but this stuff,
But the tires are the widest thing on this tractor.
Yeah, they
so
are.
That's a good thing.
yeah, they sure are.
All the weight's in between the wheels.
Yeah, it is. It sure is. And then we got the grist mill back here. We're going to get to work on it. So hopefully we're going to get this stuff going and start using it a little bit and grow a little cane and maybe a little corn next year and just have something to play with. Just kind of the nostalgia of it.
Just to see if we can make it work.
And then to see if we can do it.
Yeah, see if we can do it.
Just see if you can do it.
See if you can start with a corn seed
And turn it into.
and turn it into cornmeal and grits.
Yeah,
Or see if you can start with a sorghum seed and turn it into
turn it into molasses.
molasses.
Yep, with this old stuff. All right, y'all. Stick around. There's going to be a whole lot more projects with this stuff coming up. I was looking at this. It's not too hard to take apart. This might be a good excuse to buy a little bead cabinet.
I
blaster
don't
cabinet.
know. I like that old look.
You like the
myself.
way it is? We'll figure something out. Like I always say, please keep us in your prayers. May God bless you and your families. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks.
Now, if we was to find a horizontal,
Yeah, if I found a horizontal.
I'd want to go through it and make it look new again.
Yeah.